You network? You should. Welcome to You Network. I'm Dan O'Malley, author of Networking Made Simple, your easy to follow guide to making quality career connections. My mission is to make networking less stressful and more fun. Let's go. Today's tip will be about more places to find quality connections in real life. We talk with Anna Miller, founder and career mentor for software engineers at Career Code Mastery. Today's tool, a feature on LinkedIn to use when sending connection requests. Let's get into today's tip. Last week, we talked about finding connections and networking opportunities when you leave your house. Be open when you're out and about. Today, we'll talk about creating even more opportunities in real life. What do I mean by that? Volunteer. You can volunteer your time to food banks, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Habitat for Humanity, animal shelters, hospitals, elections, voting. Any cause you can think of, there's a volunteering opportunity. Don't know where to look? Check out volunteermatch.org that has a filter for in-person or virtual opportunities. So get a referral while helping out a good cause. Today's guest is a founder and coach with 10 years experience in tech as a product manager and is a career mentor for software engineers. Let's check out this insightful chat with Anna Miller. All right, Anna, thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to have you as a guest on our episode today. So if you're ready, we'll just jump right into the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Dan. So just to introduce myself, my name is Anna. I have 10 years experience working in tech as a product manager. And today I'm a career mentor for software engineers wanting to level up their career.
Very cool. So what title or titles would you give yourself, or you'd be happy others refer to you as?
So sometimes I introduce myself as a founder, sometimes as a coach. So basically founder and coach work.
Very cool. Awesome. So how did you get to where you are now professionally?
So, because I worked in product management for many years, I had to employ a lot of communication skills, and
Hmm.
that enabled me to learn how to communicate better. And when I realized that there are different professions like software engineering that doesn't rely as much, at least initially,
Hmm.
on human communication, I realized that this is a big gap because a lot of software engineers start to wonder why the career isn't progressing, even if their technical skills are great. So basically, I stopped working in product in companies and founded my own company. And today I run Co-Career Mastery with another software engineer. Together, we kind of support people in tech to really understand how to utilize their skills to get high paying jobs. So basically, I was able to use all of my personal experiences of what it means to work in tech, and now help others make that work for themselves.
Very cool. So I did hear you mention communication there. So what does networking mean to you?
So, networking is basically conversations, and it could look like just saying hello and asking a follow up question, or it could look like a real friendship that evolves over time. Um, we're not networking to find friends. That's a different goal,
Hmm.
and different context. And networking is really a process by which we make professional connections to advance ourselves professionally, and
Wow.
everyone wants this. So this is not like a weird thing to do. This is just how people get further in their career.
Hmm.
What a lot of people mistake is that others don't want to help or others don't care to interact with them or things like that. So it's about knowing how to start conversations and then navigate them to support both yourself and bring value to others.
Awesome. Wow. You made a lot of really good points there. And I like that you've had you brought up the fact that it's a process. That's I think a key point that we don't often think about when we think about networking. Cool. So, how do you see networking taking you to where you want to go?
Basically, a lot of times you may take the first or second offer you get, or you may just be getting offers that are within your network,
Hmm.
or just someone is kind of like coming to you and giving you an opportunity. And all of that is great, except if it doesn't pay you market rate and doesn't give you the kind of work you want in the kind of teams you want, that's not going to continue growth. And growth means minimum market rate or above, teams who you can learn from and get support from, managers that can mentor you and provide a good environment to work in. So all of those things don't just exist everywhere all the time. There's
Hmm.
specific companies that pay at or above market rates, have good managers and have good teams. Not
Yeah.
every company is this. So if you kind of take whatever comes your way and think, okay, this will pay my bills, it's fine. Anytime anything's like fine, it's probably not the best next step forward.
Hmm.
And sometimes you got to take what you need for the moment. But if you're someone who's motivated and really want to continue growing and taking advantage of what's available and accessing what you can
Hmm.
as in a career in tech, like networking is what allows you to open doors and allows you to see what doors are available, because
Yeah.
not everyone knows people at the big tech companies or even at really good companies. What if you don't have friends there, right?
Yeah. True.
Well, others can still help you get an in as long as you create relationships. So it opens doors.
Yeah. Really good point. It does open doors. And fine, I think a lot of people do sort of accept fine, but really fine isn't that great? And you can go for more and see what other opportunities are there. Awesome. So like what is a common mistake you've experienced people make when trying to network with you? Or like what have you seen some people do wrong?
Well, one thing that I want to preface this is what's crazy is that people don't really do things wrong. It's that they
Hmm.
don't know better.
That's a really good point. Yep.
And what happens is there is a spectrum of like just cringe
Hmm. Yeah,
networking because
sure.
they had absolutely don't know better at all, which is messages like, can you give me a referral? I'm
Hmm.
looking to work at this company and you have never spoken before, right? That's like very out of context and almost cringe, right?
Hmm.
Um, the other spectrum is uh, asking questions about the job, kind of like having friendly conversation, and then never asking for support. And that other person may not think to give you support because you didn't ask them and they're not thinking about it. It's not their job.
Hmm.
So you could be super friendly or you could be completely unfriendly. Either way, you want to meet in the middle. So what you want to be doing is educating yourself to basically advocate for yourself while also being friendly. So
Hmm.
if you're making a mistake, it's because you really don't know any better because everyone's just trying to connect the best way
Sure,
they
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And the biggest, I guess, if you want to say mistake, is not asking for something if someone isn't offering it right away directly.
Yeah, that's great advice. And just be friendly. That's such good advice and I think often overlooked. Cool. So is there something someone's done while trying to network with you that was surprising in a good way or memorable?
Absolutely. So the best people that I actually remember, and I've DM'd direct message with hundreds of people over the last 2 years, is people actually share their story without me prompting them.
Hmm.
That means they have thought enough about who they are, where they're at, and how I can help them that they give me, a short story of maybe 2, 3 paragraphs, short paragraphs that describes what situation they're in and what struggles they're having and what they're looking to do moving forward. And can I help them in any way? So
Yeah.
basically, people that actually talk about themselves in a succinct way,
Hmm.
in a human way, So maybe someone could say, I've been job searching for 3 months and I've been really feeling down. So they're open to being vulnerable. They're open to sharing what they've been doing. And they don't stop there. They say, I've been utilizing networking, but I'm frustrated. I'm not seeing a lot of replies. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right or wrong. Is there anything you can provide to help me?
Hmm.
So if you study someone's profile and you see what they support with or are interested in, even if it's not a coach, right?
Hmm.
You can share something about yourself and then ask a question that's relevant to them that they can actually follow up on because that's something they are interested in. My
Yep.
profile is very clearly about networking. If you read my posts, it would be really hard to not know that.
Exactly.
Um, but people are continually kind of like surprised when I like share information about it because they don't like stop to look at my profile because they're not really engaging in LinkedIn as like a social network. They sort of like stop by for 2 seconds, they receive this DM from me, or maybe they said hello. And now I'm like reaching out and being like, oh, by the way, here's a resource, right?
Hmm.
Um, but there's actually so much support out there as long as you start sharing about yourself and owning the conversation, because it's
Hmm.
up to you to own the
Yeah,
conversation.
definitely. That's great advice too. Yeah. So share about yourself, give some context, and maybe as well kind of make sure that your LinkedIn profile matches with kind of where you're at and what you're trying to do. That's really good advice. Yeah. And that's why I reached out to you to be a guest because I know that there's a lot of networking that you advice that you share on your LinkedIn profile. So, cool. So do you have like a method of organizing and maintaining your network connections? Do you use any tools?
Yeah, so I do use a tool that I actually teach clients to use, which is automating initial outreach.
Hmm.
So if I want to expand my network and reach out to more software engineers, I'm not going to sit and individually send messages
Yep.
because that is not a good use of my time. I may spend 1 hour and find 100 people that I want to reach out to, put them in the tool. This tool is called Waalaxy. It's
Hmm.
a LinkedIn automation tool. There's many out there. This is one I use. Another one that I use is actually built by Nate and me. Well, by Nate, my business partner, because I was frustrated in having to manage direct messages right in LinkedIn without tagging. You can't sort through things.
Right.
So he literally built a tool so that I could manage my DMs. And that's the first thing he did. And then we became business partners.
Oh, very cool.
Um, it's called Outreachr,
Okay.
and it allows you to tag your direct messages so that you can then follow up with them,
Very
essentially.
cool. Okay. That's a sounds like a very useful tool. Awesome.
So I'll send you those links,
Yep.
and that's
Please do
been
it. Oh,
helping me a lot.
great. Yeah. And I'll put those in the description for sure. Awesome. Cool. So now we're ready for the lightning round. You ready?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So pen or pencil?
Pencil.
Go to comfort food.
Mac and cheese.
Favorite time of day.
Morning.
Favorite app.
I wish there were no apps and we could just have things happen. My favorite app is my bank of app, which tells me how much money I have.
There you go. That's a good one. Cool. Favorite place.
There's a park next to me where I live called Rose Park, and it's really peaceful and it has roses.
Oh, it sounds fantastic. Favorite curse word.
I don't curse, so maybe shit
Okay, great.
would or
Uh,
crap,
yeah,
I
okay,
guess.
same, similar ones. Cool. And last one, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I don't know. No. I
Okay,
mean,
great.
I like pineapple. I'd probably eat it off the pizza separately. That's what I would do.
It's a good idea. Cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, that was the lightning round. So I do want to thank you again so much for sharing your time and advice with us today. So before we go, is there anything that you want to share, plug, people to check out, ways to connect with you?
So I'm on LinkedIn, so definitely send me a direct message. My profile is open. And the program I run is called Code Career Mastery. So codecareermastery.com, and it's for software engineers with a few years of work experience who really want to level up and basically find great job offers no matter the market.
Mhm.
Um, and the last thing that I really want to reinforce is networking is not scary. It's necessary and it can be very fun. And
Yes,
it's worth the effort.
absolutely. Yeah. So that's the whole point of this channel is to try and point out that networking doesn't have to be stressful and it can be fun. So great advice, and we'll be sure to put all those links in the description. And I just want to thank you once again for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Top takeaways from today's talk. Create relationships. Ask questions relevant to the person. Advocate for yourself while being friendly. Don't be afraid to ask for something. Share your story. Automate processes. Anna shared some very useful tools. I'll link in the description. Thank you so much, Anna Miller. Up until recently, you could send 10 notes per month with a 300 character limit per note on a free account. Unfortunately, it seems the 7.4% increase in revenue to $15.7 billion last year wasn't enough for LinkedIn, and they've reduced those numbers to try and get more people on a premium account. I can't pay for that. Now, free accounts are limited to 5 notes per month with a 200 character limit. So be very selective when sending a note. Follow that person for a while to see what they post about. Make sure you're genuinely interested in topics they post about. Make sure you're genuinely interested in a professional relationship with them. I suggest creating a template for yourself that's within the 200 character limit to make it easier for yourself when sending a note. In the note, you should have a greeting, tell them who you are, tell them why you're connecting. A compliment here goes a long way. A call to action. I suggest a question to open up a conversation, and thank them. You want to always be polite. Here are a couple of examples. Hi, name. I'm a UX designer and have been following you for some time. Your post about collaboration really resonated with me. Is working at Spotify as cool as it sounds? Pun intended. Thanks for connecting. You can see this is 193 characters. Another example. Hi, name. I'm a coding curious UX designer. We both attended Anna Miller's series on interviews. Wasn't that great? What was your number one takeaway? Thanks for connecting. And you can see this one is only 165 characters. So create a template for yourself and send notes with connection requests. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value out of today's episode. Leave a comment with what aspect of networking you struggle with most, and we'll try to cover that topic soon. Now get out there and network. You network? You should.